The American middle class was once the backbone of the strongest economy in the world. It represented stability, security, and the promise that if you worked hard, you could build a comfortable life. But today, something is changing. Millions of Americans who once felt financially secure are now living paycheck to paycheck. They're working the same jobs, earning similar salaries, yet somehow it's no longer enough. The middle class isn't disappearing overnight, it's disappearing quietly, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Over the past few years, the cost of living in America has risen dramatically. Groceries that once cost $150 now cost $250 or more. Rent prices have surged across nearly every major city. Gas, insurance, healthcare, and basic necessities have all increased. But the real problem isn't just that prices are rising, it's that incomes aren't rising fast enough to keep up. For millions of middle-class Americans, every dollar now stretches less than it did just a few years ago. What once felt affordable now feels expensive, and what once felt stable now feels fragile. One of the biggest pressures on the middle class is housing. Home ownership was once considered a key milestone of financial stability. But today, buying a home has become increasingly difficult. Home prices have risen faster than wages. Interest rates have increased monthly payments significantly. Even renting has become a financial burden. In many cities, rent now consumes 30, 40, or even 50% of a person's income. This leaves less money for savings, less money for emergencies, and less money for the future. For many Americans, housing alone is enough to keep them financially stuck. Another major issue facing the middle class is debt. Credit card balances are rising. People are relying more on borrowing just to cover everyday expenses, not because they're irresponsible, but because their income no longer covers their cost of living. Credit cards are being used for groceries, for gas, for basic survival. This creates a dangerous cycle. Debt grows, interest grows, and financial pressure grows with it. Over time, this slowly weakens financial stability. The disappearance of the middle class isn't just financial, it's psychological. People feel more stress, more uncertainty, more anxiety about the future. Even those with stable jobs no longer feel secure. Layoffs can happen suddenly. Unexpected expenses can destroy savings. And rebuilding financial stability takes years. This constant pressure changes how people live. They delay buying homes. They delay starting families. They delay major life decisions because they no longer feel safe financially. There isn't just one reason. It's a combination of many factors. Inflation has reduced purchasing power. Housing costs have increased dramatically. Debt has become more common. And wages have not kept pace with rising expenses. The result is a slow shift. People who once felt middle class now feel financially vulnerable. Not poor, but no longer secure. They exist in a space between stability and struggle. What makes this change different is how quiet it is. There's no sudden collapse, no single moment where everything changes. Instead, it happens gradually, month by month, year by year. People adjust. They spend less, they save less. They accept a lower standard of living, not because they want to, but because they have to. The American middle class isn't disappearing in one dramatic moment. It's fading slowly, hidden behind rising costs, growing debt, and financial pressure. Millions of people are still working, still earning, still trying. But the stability they once relied on is no longer guaranteed. And for many, the future feels more uncertain than ever before. The question is no longer whether the middle class is changing.